Hello. So we are going to start with a new topic which is statistics. Okay. So what we are going to cover in statistics. So let's take a overview. First we are seeing the definition of terms in statistics like mean, median, mode, standard deviation and range. Then concept related to these definition, and after that we do some practice question on mean, median, mode, range and standard deviation, which will more clarify your doubts and concept on this topic. Okay, so first is mean. What is the mean? Mean is nothing. Mean is the sum of all the terms in the given list, and then you divide that sum with the number of terms in the list, then you get a mean. For say example, if given terms are 7, 8, 7, 13 and 16, and you have to find the mean of this, so what you have to do, you have to just write mean, you have to sum this 7 plus 13 plus 16, and how many numbers they are? The number of terms is 3, so divide by 3. So here you got 36 divided by 3, which is 12. So mean is very simple. You have to find the sum of all the numbers and then you have to divide with number of terms of the list. Okay. So let's come on to the question. Let's say question is find the mean of the terms 2, 4, 6 and 8. So we put same formula, m equal to sum of all terms divided by, let's say number of terms is n, which is here 5. So divide by 5. So this is 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 and divide by 5. So you got 30 by 5, which is nothing but 6. Did you got this? Okay, so note down this all. First note down the definition of mean. Okay. Then second one is note it down. Okay, so second one, write down this example. Done. Okay. Second is median. So median is, what is median? So median is the middle value in the given list of terms which are in either ascending or descending order. So it is the middle value. But you have to more concentrate or focus on that it is either in ascending order or descending order. So I use the ascending order. You maybe use ascending or descending both. So you have to first arrange the number into ascending and descending, then you have to find the middle value. Like here the example is given 7, 8, 6, 14 and 10. So you have to find the median of this. So how did you find median? So first you arrange in the ascending order. Ascending order means पहले छोटा नंबर फिर उसके बाद उससे बड़ा. So here small is 6, 7, 8, 10 and 14. This is the ascending order. So there are 5 terms, so middle term is 8. So what is the median? Median value is also 8. Right? Now, if let's say there are, this is odd term. If let's say there are only even number of terms. Let's say number are 7, 8, 6, 14. So how we find median of this? First we arrange this 6, 7, 8, 14. Now we take the average of these two numbers, 7 plus 8 by 2, or which is 7.5. So here median is 7.5. Okay, did you get this? Okay. So this is for small, but if the number is large, you have to note down this. They make a note. If there are odd number of terms in the given list, there is only one middle value that we see in the example above. If there are even number of terms in the sequence, then there are two middle values. This you have to make the note. Okay. Then if the number is large, means there are 100 term, 200 term. So if n is odd, then the median or middle term we say it is n plus 1 by 2 term, right? Let's say example, if there are 5 term, then the middle term is 5 plus 1 2, third term is the middle term, let's say. If n is even, then the middle terms are n by 2 and the successive term of that term, means n by 2 plus 1th term. Let's say if there are 4 terms, so what is the median? Average of second and one successive, average of second and third term, you have to calculate the median. Okay, second plus third term divided by 2, you got the median. Okay, so this is the thing. Now if there are more terms, means if let's say terms are 49, so 49 is odd, so what is the middle term? It is 50 by 2, which is 25th term is the middle. Let's say if the terms are 50, so what is the middle term? So here the middle term is 25 and 26th term are the middle term, and if you take the average of these two, you got the median. Okay, did you got this? Okay, so median is the, in this, first you find the term and then median is the average of these two middle term. So please note it down, this note and this all, then we move forward. Done. Let's take an example. Find the median of terms 7, 8, 6, 14, 10. So first we have to arrange in ascending order, because they are not in ascending order. So what is the sequence become? 6, then 7, then 8, then 10, then 14, and then 18. Then how many terms here? Here 6 terms. So what is the middle term? Middle term is third and fourth term. So first we have to take the average of these two terms, 8 or 10. So median is nothing but 8 plus 10 by 2, which is 9. Right? Now note it down, then we move forward. Done? Okay. So make an important note. If the series is arithmetic progression, we mainly encounter with arithmetic progression. So the mean and median are equal if the series is AP and it is first term plus last term divided by 2. That we see earlier also, that sum of n terms is number of terms, right? First term and the last term divided by 2. That we see. Okay. So what is the sum here? N into middle term. That formula we see in the AP. So middle term is first term plus last term divided by 2 of AP, and mean and median are equal for AP. This will help very much in the questions. Okay. Now let's say find the median of the list of even consecutive integers from 2 to 1998, right? Let's say first we take an example. If you have to find the median of 2, 6, 10, 14 or 18. So these are in AP because common difference is 4. Here also 4. So for finding median here, you have to simply do 18 plus 2 by 2, which is nothing but 10. Also if you find the mean, this is equal to this. If you want to find the mean, you have to add this 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14 plus 18 divide by 5, which again you got 10. So this is mean and median are similar for AP. So note down this example after this note. Done? Okay. Then we move forward. Find the median of the list of the even consecutive integers from 2 to 1998. So first we have to make the series. What is the series? Series is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 up to 1998. Right? So this is the series of even consecutive integer. So here mean and median is equal to first term is 2, last term is 1998, divide by 2, which you got 2000 by 2, and the answer is 1000. But here he asked median, so median is 1000 here. Did you got this? Okay. Note it down. Then we move the next definition and the definition of mode. Done? Okay. Now I come on the mode. Mode is nothing. Mode of the given list of number is the number that occurs most frequently. Means that repeat most of the time. This is straightforward. The definition of mode, and mode is very simple. If any number in the sequence repeat 2 times, means 3 repeat 2 times, 4 also repeat 2 times. So there can be, make a note, don't be confused. There can be more than one mode value in the given list. Note down this. Then we solve few example. Okay. Okay, so here you see 3 repeat in the sequence, 3 repeat 2 times, right? 5 comes 3 times. So which comes more time? 5. So the mode is straightforward is 5. Keep copying. Now another example. Here 3 repeat 3 times and 8 repeat 3 times. So here the mode is nothing but 3 and 8. Note down this. Done? Okay. Now weighted mean. So what did weighted mean? Weighted mean is nothing but weighted mean, or let's say average. This is the extension of mean or average. Extension of mean or average, right? Here you see 2 comes 3 times, 4 comes 5 times, 6 comes 1 times, 8 comes 7 times, and 10 comes 2 times. So this is the frequency. Frequency is nothing but the terms repeated. So if I fill this table, so value is 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, where 2 comes 3 times, 4 comes 5 times, 6 comes 1 time, 8 comes 7 times, and 10 comes 2 times. So either you calculate the mean by simply the formula, then you have to add 2, 2, 2, 3 times, then 4, 4, 4, and 10, 10, 10. This will take time. And how many terms here? This we calculate 3, 5, 8, 8, 1, 9, 9 or 11, or this is 17. So there are total 18 terms. So here comes 18. So what we do, what is weighted mean? I simply calculated mean as simple way: 2 into 3, 4 into 5, 6 into 1, 8 into 7, 10 into 2, and upon 18. So this is the simple way of calculating this, right? So when you calculate this, you got the answer faster than the previous one. What is the value of this? We calculate 6 plus 20 plus 6 plus 56, 8 7 56 plus 20 divided by 18. So here you got the mean 6. Value is not important, concept is important. Okay, so what is the uh, formula for weighted mean? So formula, let x1, x2 and xn be the values with frequencies. Values with frequencies W1, W2 up to Wn. So what is the formula of weighted mean or weighted average? So weighted average is nothing but you have to multiply this x1 W1 plus x2 W2 up to xn Wn, and upon में you have to add their weighted mean W1, W2, W2, Wn. So this is the formula for weighted average. Okay, so note down this. This is the formula for weighted average. Okay. And these are called, frequencies are called weight. Right. So please note it down this, then we move forward. Done? Okay. Now find the mean, median, mode of the following data. So mode is to directly straightforward. Which frequency repeat more time? This is frequency. So 135 comes 11 times. So mode is directly 11. Right. And mean is, if you calculate mean, you know the formula 120 into 5 plus 125 into 8 plus 130 into 3 plus 135 into 11 plus 140 into 2, and how many total are these? So these are 29. So 29. This is mean and this is mode. Now here important is median, which is mainly asked because they know not bother about the calculation. So what is the concept of median here? Median is the middle term, right? So if n equal to 29, tell me the middle value. So the middle value is 29 plus 1 by 2, which is the 15th term, right? Which is the 15th term. So we have to find the 15th term. So you tell me, here we add 5 plus 8, 13, and up to 13 term, 5 times 120, 8 times 120. So the 14th, 15th and 16th term is, because this repeat 3 times, so 14th, 15th and 16th term is nothing but 130. So what is the 15th term? 130. So the median is nothing but 130. So in this tabular form question, they mainly ask median. And you have also remember that here I didn't change these because you have to also keep attention on that these heights are arranged in ascending order. If 135 comes before 130, means order is 120, 125, then 135, 130, 140. So first we have to arrange this in the ascending order. After that only we calculate the median, because if without arranging it gives the wrong answer. Okay, so note it down this please. Done? Okay. Now come on this is the question which is very important. Make a star of this because this is conceptual plus theoretical question. So the concept of this question will help in data efficiency also. So read out the question. If a, b and c are positive integers such that one condition is given, 10a plus 20b equal to c, a plus b, and if a is greater than b, which of the following could be the value of c? Could be of, I earlier also tell you, could be means possible value of c. Okay, so this is given, can I write CS like this? I write C as this. Now in this format you understand 10 and 20 are the values, A and B are the bits, right? So there is one thing which I called as seesaw method. What is seesaw method? I take three cases, okay? So this is the seesaw. Let's take the simple average of this, which is means I provide simple bits 10 or 20. I provide, sorry, here is 10, here is 20. I provide similar bits 1. So what mean I got? I got mean equal to 30 by 2, which is 15. So this value is 15, mean value. Now what I do, this is 15, right? This is 10, 20. Now if I provide more weight to 10 and then calculate the mean, so what is mean? 10 into 2 plus 20 into 1 divided by 2, which I got 40 by 3 or 13.31, right? So mean shift this side because the weight of A is more, okay? So mean shift toward the side of 10. Now in the third case, if I take 15, 10, 20, in the third case I provide more weight to a B, okay? So if I provide more weight to B and calculate the median, so here you got median equal to 50 by 3, right? So here 16.6 bar means here mean shift to toward the side of B where the weight is more, or the value of mean between 15 and 20. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is this: if we provide same similar weight, then the mean is in between. If we provide where we provide the more weight, the mean will shift it toward that side. In case 2, I provide more weight to A, so means shift toward the side of A. In case third, I provide more weight to B, so mean shift toward the B, right? And it no never be a extreme value. Either the weight is 0. If weight is 0, if weight of B is 0, then only the mean is 10. So note it down, then we come on the question. Okay, stop. We also done the question. So I come on to the question. If I come on to the question, so this is A, this is 10, 20. So in question he says A is greater than B. A is greater than B. Mean weight of A is greater than weight of B. Mean shift toward the side of 10 means mean is between 10 to 15, right? So what could be the possible? Only one value is possible between 10 and 15 is 13. Right? Did you get this concept and question? Okay. Get it? Note it down this. Then we move forward. Done? Okay. Now I come on to the another definition, which is range. So what is the range? Range is nothing but maximum value minus minimum value in the list. Okay, and make a note that minimum range will be 0, because maximum value and minimum value, if and this is only possible only when the all the values in the list are similar, because if minimum value is negative and maximum value is also negative, so range is minimum range is 0 only when the all the values are equal. So in conclusion we say that, and make a note of this, range is always equal to greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Now note it down this. So I come on the last, which is standard deviation. So standard deviation signifies how deviate the terms or the data from the mean value. This will signify the standard deviation. There will be more deviation or dispersion of term from the mean, the standard deviation will be greater. So many question they ask about the they did not ask about the particular value of standard deviation, but they said to compare the standard deviation. So this is again important note, standard deviation does not depend on mean. We say that mean, median and mode, they behave like same, partially depend on range and entirely depend on distribution of term. That we see clear with when we do more question on this, but you have to remember this, does not depend on mean, median, mode, partially depend on the range, and entirely depends on the distribution of term. This note will be very helpful in the question of data sufficiency which you encounter. Okay, so make a note of this. So here all the information about the standard deviation and range were encapsulated, excluding the numerical value of standard deviation that we see further. Okay, so note down this, then we do some question or example which will more clarify your doubt on standard deviation. Okay, noted down this, done. Okay, now I take 3 set 1, set 2, set 3. So I take first set as 1, 3, 5. Second set as 3, 5, 7. Now tell me the mean of this set. So this is AP. So mean is 3 here. Here mean is 5. Okay. Now you tell me the deviation. So if I calculate the deviation of this from the mean, 1 minus 3, 3 minus 3 and 5 minus 3. So deviation is minus 2, 0, 2. Here I calculate the deviation is 3 minus 5, 5 minus 5, or 5, 7 minus 5 minus 7. Sorry. Right. Or say that 7 minus 3 minus 5 or 7 minus 5. So you can say that standard deviation of 1 will be equal to standard deviation of 2, right? Now what is the range of set 1? So the range of set 1 is 5, 1 minus 4, and the range of 2 is 7 minus 3, which is 4. So I form this set, I just add plus 2 in this, plus 2 in this. Okay, so you see mean is increased by 2, but standard deviation will be same or range will be same. So this will prove that standard deviation doesn't depend on the mean value. Now I take the set 3 as 159. So what is the mean of this? Mean is 5. Okay. What if I calculate the deviation? 1 minus 5, 5 minus 5, 9 minus 5. So this is minus 404. So you clearly see that here the data is more dispersed from their mean. So the standard deviation of third is more. And if you calculate the range here, so what is the range? 9 minus 1, 8. So here range also increases. So we can say that standard deviation is partially depend on range and does not depend on mean, right? This example will clarify this concept. Now, standard deviation does not depend on the mean value. That similar note we make earlier. Okay. Now, okay. Here is the one question. Arrange in increasing order of standard deviation of the below set. So we know that standard deviation of set 2 is 0. Right? The standard deviation of set 2 is less than. Now here the mean is 15, and if you see that here the range is 4, here the range is 20. Right? So we can say that set 3 has more standard deviation. But you didn't generalize it because here range is maximum, there is very much difference. And if you also want to calculate, you calculate the deviation from here. So here is 1, here is minus 1 or minus 2, 1 or 2, and if you calculate from here, this is 0, but this is minus 10. So this is 0, so there is 10. So there is more dispersion. So the standard deviation of set 3 is greater. So note down this. Done. Okay. So another question is, each of set 1 and set 2 have 10 number. Range of set 1 is more than the range of set 2 is standard deviation of set 1 is greater than standard deviation of set 2. So more of the student, what they do, they say range 1 is greater than range 2 is standard deviation is 1 of standard deviation 2. So we clearly say no. Why no? I explain. We didn't generalize this result because standard deviation is partially depend on range. What I mean to say, let's say this is the minimum value and this is the maximum value for 1 set 1. So range of set 1 is larger, so I take minimum here for set 2 and maximum here, little closer. Now if I say mean is this, here mean is this. Now if in set 1 all the remaining 8 values will come on the mean, if right, so all the 8 values will come on to this mean. So and in set 2, if all the 4 values come here, then standard deviation of set 2 is greater than standard deviation of set 1. This is standard deviation, so this is not always true. It is true if 4 of the values lie on the extreme end, then only standard deviation of 1 is greater than standard deviation of 2. So make a note of this and then we move forward. Done? Okay. So if you want to calculate the numerical value of standard deviation, how we calculate this? So they generally don't ask, but if they ask for, you have to find this. First two steps we already done. Find the mean of the given list of values, then take a difference of each term from mean, then find the squares of the differences. Step 4 is find the average of square of differences, and then standard deviation is root of average of square. So these are the 5 steps you follow to find the numerical value of standard deviation. So make a note of this, and then we do one example here. Okay, done. Okay, so solution is, if you want to find the numerical value of this standard deviation, so mean this is AP, so mean is 4 straightforward. Then we have to find the second one is the deviation. So if you find the deviation here from mean, so 2 minus 4, 4 minus 4 and 6 minus 4. So the deviation is minus 2, 0, 2. Then you have to square of them. Want to square of them, square of deviation, so which is nothing but 404. Then fourth step is you have to find the average of that, mean of that. So 4 plus 0, 4 by 3, 8 by 3. Then you have to take the square root of standard deviation is square root of that average, that is root 8 by 3. So if you find the numerical value, you got root 8 by 3. Mainly we didn't use this, हमारा काम केवल इन्हीं दोनों से चल जाता, मीन और डेविएशन से, that we see earlier also. Okay, so make a note of this, then we done. One important one important concept regarding this, which is also very helpful in data sufficiency. Okay, so effect of plus minus into division of a constant on a mean or range of standard deviation. Okay, so I take previous is 2, 4, 6. Okay, now here is mean, here is range, and here is standard deviation that we already calculated, which is root 8 by 3, right? This we all calculated earlier. 2, 4, 6. Mean is 4 and the range is 4, right? Now if I add plus 2, so this become 4, 6, 8. Now the mean is 6, range is 4, and standard deviation is, let's say this is D, so D. So here if we add plus 2, mean will be increased by plus 2, but range will be same. Now I subtract minus 2 from all the terms, so I get 0, 2, 4. So mean is 2, range is 4, and deviation is D. So here again the standard, the range is divided by minus 2, but range will be same and standard deviation will be same. Okay, now I multiply by 2, so I get what I get 4, 8, 12 in this. Okay, what is the mean? Mean is nothing but 8. What is range? Range is 8. And what is standard deviation? 2D. So when we do multiplication, mean is multiplied by 2, range is also multiplied by 2. So in multiplication, range and standard deviation is also multiplied by 2. So when we do multiplication, range, mean and standard deviation, both three are changes. Now if I divide by 2, so what this become? This become 1, 2, 3. So what is mean? 2. What is range? 2. And what is standard deviation? D by 2. So here also mean is divided by 2, range is also divided by 2, and standard deviation is also divided by 2. So we see this, that what is the effect of operation on the mean, range and standard deviation. Mean changes with every operation. If you add any constant, then mean will also, in mean you have to also add that constant. If you divide and multiply, then range will also change. So please make a note of this. Done. Okay, so I generalize this result in the form of table for remembering. Let's say if term is ABC, So if mean is x, range is r, standard deviation is d. When you add some constant, then in mean you have also add this constant, but the range and the standard deviation will remain. If you subtract any constant from this, you get the you have also subtract that constant from mean. Range and deviation will be same. If you multiply any constant in the terms, the mean and range also multiplied and the deviation is also multiplied. Okay, and in division, both mean, range and standard deviation will divide. Median mode also changes in maybe in the same way. Okay, so that this table is very helpful in the question of data sufficiency. Okay, so make a note of this. Also make a one note that standard deviation is always equal to range by 2. This for every set on the world, standard deviation is always range by 2, means maximum value of standard deviation is maximum value of standard deviation will not be more than range by 2. Okay, so make a note of this. Done. Okay, so we come on the last concept of this is normal distribution curve, or I said bell curve because it is seen in the form of well. Okay, so what is this? This is mean this if you deviate in plus d direction and minus d direction, you get 34% deviation. If you get plus 2d in x in positive and negative direction, you got 48%, like this. So you have to remember this curve. Or okay, so mainly question are that we see one or two questions sometimes they ask. So this shows the deviation from the mean. The values will be 34.5%, but you didn't bother this. You have to remember these values. Okay, so 34% is nothing but 34% of terms lies between mean and standard deviation to the one standard deviation to the right. Okay, so what assumption we take for this? All terms are equally distributed from the mean, or we say that the terms are normally distributed. So within one standard deviation the term are distributed 68%. Within two standard deviation there is 96%, right? Like this. So make a note of this. Then we do one question on this. Okay, so this is the last question. I rode to bus to work last year. His travel time to work were approximately normally distributed within a mean of 35, means value of m is 35, and a standard deviation means value of d is 5. Approximately what percent of I's travel times to work last year were less than 40 minutes? So mean is 35, standard deviation is 5. So if I take mean as 35, so here what is the value? 35 plus 5, 35 plus 10. Here 35 minus 5 and 35 minus 10. So what is the value we get? We get 25, 30, 35, 40 and 45. Right. And he says this here the total standard deviation is 50%. Here also 50%. But what he says, less than 40 minutes. Less than 40 minutes means this one, this whole area. Less than 40 minutes means this whole area we have to consider, right? This whole area we have to consider from here. So from this type, less than 40 is what is 48, 34 plus 38, 68 plus 16, which is how many percent? Which gives you, this is 70 or 84%. The option is E. Did you got this question? Okay, so make a note of this. Okay, thank you very much. So we will end the class, and in the next class we will start with function and polynomials. Okay.